the first season of the Sunday SITREP. It's not just a tournament, it's a brotherhood.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the 7th episode of the Sunday SITREP, the official podcast of the Armed Forces Fishing League. What's going on, Nick?
What's up? How's it going?
It's been a busy weekend for me. Guys, I see we've already got 7 people on here right now. So I know the title on Facebook says that it's about tactical fishing. We had a last-minute cancellation, and he is not able to join us tonight due to some family reasons, and understandably so. And Facebook will not let me change the description that close to the live scheduled time. So apologies on that. If y'all were excited about that, we'll get him on here soon, and we'll definitely dive into that. So we're just going to chat it up today. We were trying to get one of the New Hampshire guys on to talk about his success and last week's event and their upcoming event this weekend. We're having some technical difficulties with that, so we might open it up to some other members. And I have a process for that, but we're going to iron that out here in a few minutes. So, yeah, let's talk about what's coming up, Nick. Let's talk about your qualifier coming up next weekend on Highland Lake.
Highland Lake, yeah. It's I think I mentioned it a little bit last time. It's a real narrow lake. I think it's like 7 or 9 miles long. But there's a lot of different, there's some deep pockets, there's some heavy pads and grass, and some stump fields and all that.
Right.
A little something for everybody. So it should be a good time. And there's some big bass in there. So I'm pretty excited for it. I've only fished it once or twice and had a decent time both times I went out there. So
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to do good. Okay. I've been having a terrible season. I need to make some headway here.
I hear you. Is that smallmouth predominantly, or can you win it either way up there?
More largemouth.
That's a largemouth lake.
There is some smallmouth in there, and they're pretty decent.
I hear
but
you.
Yeah, you'll need largemouth to win it for sure.
I got you.
Yeah.
I gotta get up there one day. Is that one of those crystal clear lakes?
Yeah. Newfound Lake is crystal clear. That can be really tough. Squam Lake's always fun. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm scared of that. I'm scared of the crystal clear water. But our open next weekend here in South Carolina. It's our final summer open. That's on the Cooper River, and a lot of times that river is pretty clear. It's a tidal river going into Charleston. A lot of grass, and if you catch the tides just right, it can be a lot of fun. I mean,
I've
can go
never
out there.
fished tidal water before.
Really?
Yeah.
The goal is on that river specifically. That's like my only experience tidal fishing. Really, you start downriver whenever the tide's moving out, and then you just chase it up the river, and try to stay. It with the tidal river stuff. From my experience, like they're either there or they're not, or they're either eating or they're not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. You can fish areas that were loaded with fish previously, and then just nothing. As soon as that current stops moving, they just shut down. It's insane.
That would sketch me out, because if you make a run in tidal water, you have to time it just right to get back, right?
That river's not too bad. There are areas that are like that. If you stay in the main river, you're fine. The cool thing about that river is there's a lot of old rice fields that are flooded now, and there's little ditches that go around them. Most of them, you're fine if you stay in the deeper part of the ditches. There's a few that you really got to pay attention to where the water level is, because you can get stuck. I know a few people that have gotten stuck out there. I've been fortunate enough not to, but you can definitely end up in a tight spot out there. But
I saw this one come up when we were talking about Highland Lake. I think that's what he's referring to. I don't know if there's deep grass. The only time or 2 times that I fished it, I was pretty new to fishing, so I was just excited to be out on the water with a boat with a motor on it. So
Right.
I couldn't really figure it out at that point in time, but I wouldn't doubt it if there is.
Right.
Saw this one come up too. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, ask in the chat, and we'll do our best to get to them on here.
Yeah, shoot the questions and we'll get to them. I see a lot of people are already hitting the hashtag SITREP. So make sure y'all are doing that to enter our giveaway for 2 barbecue sauce, a hat, and a net gator. Like, share, comment, and hashtag SITREP. Oh, you're going up north there, Mr. Fulmer. That's a pretty good clip. Good luck up there.
Right? That's
Chesapeake Bay is, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, that's on definitely definitely on my bucket list. What happened? We double clicked the same one. Yeah. Nathan, I don't know. I was up on Murray this morning, and it up the river is starting, the mud's coming down. So I don't know. The Cooper River usually does okay staying clean unless there's like massive amounts of rain, which they're predicting we're having coming with this tropical storm. But I don't know. We'll see. Got a few guys asking about bunking up for nationals to cut down cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys,
I mean,
there's nothing wrong if you guys want to get rooms together or whatever you want to do to cut down the cost. Yeah, you can do that 100%. If that's the question.
Yeah, for sure. There's some Airbnbs around the way, for sure, that you could probably bunk up in. And I don't remember those little cabin things. Oh, Mike was in here and then we lost him. Here he's back. Well, don't worry, Mike. I know you can see us. We're getting to you here in a second. I think those little cabin things were 2 or 3 beds, right? At the National?
Yeah, I can't remember. If you go on their website, they have a full breakdown of like all the different rooms, houses, and stuff. And then there's a ton of Airbnbs. There's other hotels and stuff right in the area. Just remember, if you stay off-site, the only thing that you cannot do is use the boat ramp. You can come by, you can hang out. You know, we can all get together still. You just can't use the boat ramp. They just try and keep that for the guests only. But there's a public boat ramp right down the way.
Oh, tracking. I see what he's saying. He may have some connections there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so feel free to post that on any of the pages or anything. If you guys want to put that on there, you know, if looking for roommates or whatever, that'd be a great opportunity to get to know some people too.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's other people in the same boat looking to cut down costs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I see Nathan's still on that. We're kind of bouncing back and forth. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying, Nathan. Not the mud, the water levels. I definitely think, in my experience on the Cooper River, the faster that water is moving, the more they're eating. And it helps them be a little more predictable. So I hope so. It'll be more fun for sure. I know the fastest I've ever seen it, me and my old partner Lonnie, a 3.5 and a 6, like back to back on one spot, in the fastest place we've seen it. And that's absurd for that lake in the middle. That was in the middle of the summer. So yeah. Yeah, we are going to talk a little bit about Champlain to kill some time, but we got Mike Sheehan, one of the New Hampshire guys that's kind of been dominating it up there, right, Nick?
Sure did last season.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, we'll bring him in. He's the last week's winner, so bring him in to talk last week and maybe do a little foreshadowing for this coming week. What's going on, Mike?
How we doing, guys?
Doing good. Doing good.
So we were just talking about Highland Lake. He was just asking me a little bit about the lake because it's our next event. If you could give a little insight on that, since you live on it.
Sure. So it's a beautiful lake. I live 2 seconds from the launch. So I'm on it pretty often. It's very easy after work. Um, it's not a very big lake. We're talking 7 miles long ish, but it definitely holds some giant fish in there for sure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I've only fished it a couple times, but it's pretty cool.
It is.
And
It's also very shallow. Very shallow.
Is. There's some deep pockets on it though, if I remember correctly.
Up at the north end, you can get about 30, 35 feet max.
Yeah, kind of deep. Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
I thought that was like shallow for y'all up there.
That's
I thought everything was deep.
Yeah, we have some deep lakes, but that for a 7-mile lake to find a
For sure.
pocket.
Yeah. For sure.
And it's more, you can't win with smallmouth there, right?
I'm willing to bet that if you really did some grinding, you can probably find a couple decent ones out of there, but definitely dominated by the largemouth for sure.
Yeah.
Is it like a like rocky reservoir grass? What are we talking fishing wise?
Man, honestly, I would say it's very muddy, very weedy, probably similar to the down south stuff.
Really?
Yep. The northern end, like the mid northern end, Rocky Banks for sure. That's where the smallmouth hang out, is up in there. But predominantly, it's just heavy with weed cover, shallow. I would say average depth 6 feet, 7 feet,
wow.
right around there. They actually just got a little bit of a milfoil scare up there. I'm hoping that doesn't start choking out the lake, because the banks are clean, and you come out maybe 20, 30 yards, and you start getting into the lilies and eelgrass and stuff like that. It's a good lake, good diversity.
Heck yeah.
Big
Do
excited.
y'all have hydrilla up there, or is that more of just a southern thing?
I believe Champlain might have
Yeah.
some.
Plain, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it does.
I know
Yeah,
that's
I haven't heard of it in New Hampshire. I could be wrong. I'm not like a grass expert. I can't like hold a couple pieces in my hand and identify them. But
I gotta Google it every time.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. I mean, I know what hydrilla looks like, but milfoil and all those, I can't tell the difference between them. They all
Yeah.
look the same to me.
Yeah. Erie. I just saw a comment here.
Oh,
See a
Erie
couple-
has some. Yeah. I've never been out there. I'm scared on Erie.
Any word on Jersey orders yet? Yes. They're processing them all. I just got back from a week trip up at Champlain, so I just have to get with the lady. I'm playing catch up again. So you should be getting your final confirmation on that soon. Erie has some, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think most of those lakes, like the New York lakes, have a very wide variety of like different grass and structure and all that.
Right.
Yeah. So, Mike, for those of you watching, this is the guy. His partner couldn't make it on tonight. That had a flawless season last year. He won every single event. He says it was luck, but I don't see winning every event being lucky.
The humble answer.
Honestly, sometimes it is. Sometimes you just roll up to the right dock or the right rock pile, throw a bait out there, and there's a 4.5 or a 5-pounder sitting on there. My fishing tournament career started out with a whole season of last places, and I said to myself, I said, I'm not gonna let that happen again. So I just started watching YouTube, doing a lot of studying, and went out the next season and started winning a couple, or even placing top 3. The last season, I set a goal for myself. I said, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna win one, and the stars aligned, and everything just fell together, and we ended up winning them all. But there was definitely good competition for sure. We just happened to get lucky with a few bigger fish.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
definitely
hope I
feel
run
that.
into that luck sometime soon.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. The best is when you have like that lucky cast and it's a 4.5, 5-pounder, and then try to rely on that place in the future, and it's just short fish every time you go there after that.
Yeah.
That's my luck.
We, our 2 tournaments ago, our Winnipesaukee tournaments, we didn't have a single fish till 1 o'clock, and I ended up going to a marina and caught a 3. And I was like, okay, we got to pull this together. I pulled up to another point and caught 4 smallies in 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, this might be something here. But I knew that for that lake and the heavy hitters that we have up here in New Hampshire, I was like, it's not going to be enough. And we started making our way back to the launch. And right outside where we weighed in, I threw a drop shot out and caught a 4.58 on the first cast right there. And I was like, well, maybe this will do something. And that just put us over the edge, and we ended up winning that one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I remember we ran into you up in Lee's Mills. We both had the same idea going frogging.
Yep.
Yeah.
That spot is known for giants up there. Justin and I, we would go up there every tournament and fish the Lee's Mills area and do well. This last tournament, we couldn't buy a bite up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't. We had a couple blow-ups, but nothing. So this spot on the lake, it's like the northeast corner, and it's just known for holding big fish. Like if people catch huge largemouth, they typically come out of that area. It wasn't happening that day.
No.
No.
Not eating the frog.
No. Oh, I had a couple blow-ups, and they were completely my bad on not landing them, because the 2 seconds that I looked to talk to Ben, he pointed at my frog. He's like, "Frog, you frog!" And I went to set the hook, and it came flying back at me. Yeah, it was tough.
That frog is definitely, it's fun, but it's frustrating sometimes when they're not eating it right, or they're just smacking it.
Man, frog fishing's so fun. They can produce giants, but you have to time that hook set just perfectly.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, and then hopefully on that 3 count, you got a fish, but it doesn't always work out like that.
I just get too excited. I usually set the hook
immediate. Yep.
Yep. I did that on a good one this morning up on Lake Murray.
Last year on Winnisquam, your big fish was a 4.34. Was that a largemouth or a smallmouth? Do you remember?
That was a smallmouth.
Smallmouth.
Yep, they were sitting on the beds. And
on beds.
Up on Winnisquam, they were on the beds at that point in time. I remember that day because I was grinding for a partner, and I ended up asking my neighbor, who's not a very big fisherman. I was like, "Hey, bud, can you come up and lend me a hand?" And I had a spot all planned out from pre-fishing. It was fish after fish. Went there, nothing. I'm like, oh boy. So we ended up running down to the south end of the lake and found them all sitting on beds. And I was trying to teach my partner. I'm like, hey, bud, this is what a bed looks like. This is what the fish look like on a bed. And we're cruising down the bank and whatnot. And he's like, is that one right there? And it was the most faint bed sitting up against a big boulder. And I'm looking down. I'm like, whoa, that's a giant fish sitting on there. And I was like, you found it, you catch it. And he tried to drop baits down there, but not being a fisherman, really, he couldn't hook it. So I went down there and got it on a jig. And I pulled that fish up. I was like, oh man, this is game over right here with this guy. There's a giant smallie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, you won that with 13.46, and then second place was John Army and Carl. They're both really good anglers too, and they were about a half a pound behind you.
It was him and I all last season. He's a great angler. Him and Carl, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good, especially in the Lakes region. And then what was the what was the next one after that? I'm trying to look at the results here. We had Winnipesaukee.
Mm-hmm.
And that one you won with. Where we go. So, and this is a 4-fish limit at this time of year too. So he had 13.46 with 4 fish. This year, this tournament, you had 11.78 with 4, and you had a 3.49 smallmouth and a 3.28 largemouth.
Mm-hmm.
And then John Army and Carl, they were right behind you again. So you had 11.78, they had 11.31. Yeah, you guys were neck and neck that whole year.
That was up in Lee's Mills.
Yeah, yep, that's right. We launched out of there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tough one for me. I couldn't. They were short striking everything I had.
Winnie can be tough, just any day. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes they want it, sometimes they don't. We found that out, a couple 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So
that's the biggest lake in the state too that we have. So you get all the pleasure boaters, tons of people fishing out there. It's really busy, especially in the summertime. It gets a lot of pressure.
That's the big one you showed me, right? It's like
Yeah,
right in the middle of the state.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty.
And then
pretty
we
big.
had Crystal Lake.
Oh boy, what an interesting lake that was. That was last minute because the river got flooded out.
Yeah, that's right. We were supposed to go to the Connecticut River, and we couldn't. They had those major floods. We had to change it to Crystal Lake. And you won with 13.76 for 5 fish. And then Dan and Aaron actually came in right behind you with 10.86. So you had a few pounds on them.
I obviously, like, I know I won that, but I remember it took a while to get them.
What'd you do? Are you gonna you're gonna share the sauce?
Of course. We just went down the bank, started pounding docks, and they were not a single fish off a shore dock. They were all sitting under the floating docks. You would go through, I dropped a shaky head down, and they would hit. I would go down the bank a little bit more to the next one. It would hit, and then we would circle back around, and they would just restock. And we did that all day in this one area.
That's crazy. You're talking about like those swimming docks?
Yeah, just a little, 8x8 square docks.
Yeah. See, I was beating the bank on the dock, like people's boat docks.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything. I zeroed that one. That was tough.
And I believe
that shaky head, Nick.
Kevin ended up catching a 5+ that day. It was his only fish, but that was a great fish.
They had 2 that day.
Oh, okay.
He had the 5.07, and then their total weight for 2 fish was 6.4, which got them 3rd place.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's 2 good fish.
Yeah. Yeah, that tournament killed me. And then we did Winnie again. That's right. I forgot we did it twice that year. That was they had the jet ski thing for that wakeboarding. We waited.
Out back. Yep.
So you won with 14.35 for 5 fish. That one. The next closest. Me and my brother came in second on that with 10.64.
You did that. I want to make a comment about that tournament. That was funny. I've been wanting one of those auto inflate life jackets for the longest time, and when I bought it, actually, I bought the active target, and as a promotion, they gave me the life jacket for free, and I was super pumped about it. That tournament, we were coming back from Lee's Mills, and it was raining, and the lake was chopped up coming through the Broads, and all of a sudden I hear like shh, and then the life jacket just went off, and Justin sitting next to me is laughing, and it was like choking me because I wasn't used to it. And he's like, he's like, stab it. I'm like, I'm just gonna take it off, bud. And I ended up taking it off, and I'm like trying to come down into weigh-in, and everybody's like, "What is that big like yellow thing in your boat?" I'm like, "It's my life jacket. It just went off." But we still talk about it now. Like every time we go out on Winnie, I'm like, "That was funny."
See, I've been wearing that life jacket and like fishing on Champlain and like the St. Lawrence and stuff. It kind of, I'm like, I'm relying on technology if I'm unconscious to save my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really like the idea of them because they're small, they fit nice, like they're not in the way. But then I started thinking about it more when you're going through the bigger chop, and I'm like, if I am unconscious, I'm in the water, I need this thing to work.
Yeah. They tell you I think it's like every 3 or 6 months to check the bobbin on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's
all it is
in
it's
my
a little.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a little plastic cap that has like a powder in it, and the water
Basically,
dissolves
yeah.
it and depresses and punches that O2 cylinder. But you still, the pan has to be strong enough to punch the O2 cylinder. There's a lot involved with that system. It's definitely sketchy.
what I'm getting at is I'm probably just gonna get a standard life jacket after this one goes bad.
Yeah,
I don't know. I worry about stuff like that.
It's smart too.
Yeah.
yep. I know a few folks down here that won't run Santee with them just in case.
Oh yeah, I don't blame
It's full of stumps down there, right?
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Trees.
The whole thing. Trees, whole trees. It's a forest under the water.
Do they market well with buoys?
No,
No.
no. None of it's marked. I mean, the dangerous thing about Santee, especially if you're running a fiberglass boat, is the rebar from where people have gone out and marked stumps themselves, and the PVC and rebar, and the PVC is all gone, and it's just rebar all out there. And then the lower part of the lake is marked with like channel markers. But if you don't know how to run them, they're not like it's not like a roadway you can just drive down the middle of it. You have to ping pong. Like you'll have like a green one on your left, you nose up on the green one, and then 300 yards down the way you have a red one. You gotta like shoot 45 degrees over to that red one, because if not, you're going straight into a stump flat. It's pretty sketchy if you don't know how to run it. I learned that the hard way.
I just followed people on that lake. When I went down there, I'd see someone take off, and I was like, if they stop dead in their tracks, I know they hit something. So I'll stop.
Don't do what he's saying right here. I don't know if Gage is talking about up there on the big water, maybe, I don't know, but on Santee, if you're running a track, you don't turn the graph off. Jack plate all the way up, trimmed all the way out, or you might. I mean, I've ran stuff 7 times and hit it. Hit something on the last time.
Josh says he's
been through there a bunch of times.
Chickamauga down over a foot overnight.
Yeah, they're probably preparing for this tropical depression hitting the whole southeast, flowing water downstream and out. I mean, that's not that uncommon for the TVAs to drop a foot overnight, though.
Chickamauga's the first week of October.
Yep. Yeah.
And then after Winnie, we had our 2-day up on Lake Umbagog, which is a beautiful lake. It's like the top east side of the state. It's like untouched, basically.
Beautiful lake.
Yeah, and it's the fishing is phenomenal. You don't catch a lot of like real big ones, but you'll go out there and you can crack a ridiculous amount of smallmouth in a day. It's just not pressured at all.
Mm-hmm. 2-pounders are endless.
Oh yeah, all day long, and they fight like they're fours up.
Grass and stuff in it too.
There is a lot of grass. It's a shallow lake. I'm pretty sure John Army and Carl, they would know because they fished that. I think they just fished it this weekend actually. There is some big largemouth in there, from what I'm understanding. But
you just gotta get them.
Yeah.
It
But you won
looks-
that one, the 2-day event. You had a limit each day, and you had 22.54 for both days. So like I said, it's not huge. You can go out there and just catch 2 pounders. You really need like that 2.5 to 3 pounder to send you over the edge up there. But it's a fun lake. It's beautiful. There's eagles everywhere. The scenery is incredible. It's
I
awesome.
wish Justin was here to speak about that. He carried us basically the first day. It was I remember it being extremely foggy out there, and we couldn't pull anything together, getting things to bite. And he said, "I'm going to throw this whopper plopper," and he started throwing it in the fog, and you couldn't see the fish hit it, but you could hear him, and then he would set the hook and reel in a fish.
Yeah.
And that's basically how we ended up getting the limit for the day, the first day. Second
Yeah.
day, completely different. Fog went away. We went out there, tried to throw the whopper plopper first thing in the morning, nothing. And we ended up having to grind out that day on just different points and whatnot.
Yeah. I think that's
The
what I
old
did.
whopper plopper.
Okay. I just went up to points and started drop shotting. You just pull up to a point. Yes, I use live scope, and I just scan the point, and you would just see a massive, massive school. And I was like, "There's no way that's all smallmouth."
Mm-hmm.
And just cast into it, and every cast, I was just
Yep.
having so much fun. I didn't even care that they were only 2 pounders. It is so fun.
That's awesome. I would love if we had smallmouth like that here.
Yeah,
I would love it.
they're fun, especially when you're using
They
a
are.
light setup.
Oh yeah.
So, Mike, if you had to choose one lure to use at any tournament, what would you use? If you could only use one setup.
Oof. I know you only asked for one, but I'm gonna give you two. I probably number one would be a shaky head. With like a 6-inch trick worm on it, and then probably a jig.
Yeah.
A jig is just super versatile. You can go shallow and you can go deep with it.
Yeah, I feel like you do really well down south because when I
Yeah.
fished with Austin, he loves a shaky head
And a jig.
and a
Those
jig.
are if I had to pick two baits, it'd probably be my two as well.
Yeah, it would. We'll find out in a couple months, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I ain't throwing a shaky head on Chickamauga though. I mean, I'll have one tied on, but I'm going up there with a frog, and I'm just going to throw a frog all day, every day, and hope it works out.
There you go.
Big giant frog. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do. In my head, that's what I want to do, but that'll change 50 times from.
Yeah, you
in
always
there.
go out there with a plan, and then I end up with 20 rods laying on my deck.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a frog all day long. 30 minutes into the day, I'll be on some docks catching them on shaky heads.
Yeah.
Standard ops.
And then,
But
so that's your top baits. You had to pick one lake in the state.
Oh man. I want to say the river, even though it's not a lake. I would say the Connecticut River.
Yeah.
Any section is good.
Yeah, we didn't do a river swing the last couple of years. We're gonna do that next year.
Sounds good.
I know some
where's
people
the Connecticut River? I don't
But
see
yeah,
that.
the river's cool. Are you looking at the Connecticut River, Austin?
That's what I'm trying to find. I don't
Go
see
to
it.
the southwest corner of the state and
Tracking
look for
the Vermont New
Yeah,
Hampshire border.
New Hampshire.
yeah. If you go to Hinsdale, that's my favorite side of the river.
That's also a wicked good side of the river. They actually they had a tournament there yesterday. They ended last weekend, winning weight for 26 pounds.
Wow.
Pretty good. Oh my God. That's the Crazy Hick right there. You can keep the river.
Oh wow, check this out.
Oop.
Ronnie. Oh, we jumped off. There it is. They were up there at Chickamauga for the high school tournament. 46, but one team had 21 pounds with 3 fish on the second day. That's nuts.
On Chickamauga.
Yeah,
That's
nuts.
amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think it's going to be a fun derby for sure.
I agree.
That
Yeah.
time of year, they should be.
Yeah.
It's cooling down a little bit. They should be eating pretty good.
Yeah, if they're starting to move water through the system pretty good, the current's going to set them up good. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to just meeting everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's going to be the best part of the whole thing is just everybody hanging out and chilling.
This Roboworm Nedworm on a shaky head.
Yeah, that's my dad, and he does catch them pretty good on that. It
The
looks stupid.
Roboworms are awesome.
Yeah, it's like they're like short, like little 3-inch Ned worms, but he puts it on a shaky head instead of a Ned rig. We fish a lot up there in Kentucky. It's all rock, like chunk rock and stuff, and like that slate rock. Ned rigs just get hung up left and right, and he puts it on a shaky head, and he catches them pretty dang good on it. And my old stubborn butt still won't buy them and use them. I don't know why, but I've watched him whip my butt before with it for sure. Oh, Gage Spagnola. What? He's throwing some shade in here.
I was gonna say,
Telling us to turn our graphs off and trim down and hoping it's a grinder.
Cool.
Mm.
Well, Mike, I know you're at hockey. I don't want to keep you too long. Do you have anything else you want to talk about with your fishing style, season, anything?
I'm just we're getting close to the end of our season up here in New Hampshire, and I'm really looking forward to heading down to Tennessee. That's going to be a blast. Seeing everybody fishing a new body of water, have a couple beverages with everybody, and I'm really just looking forward to next season since we're going up through from 5 tournaments to 7. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that, seeing what we can draw together for, new competition up here and every state for that matter.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
For sure.
Well, good deal. Hey, thanks for coming on last second. I know you're out at hockey with your son, but we appreciate you coming on and talking with us.
No, of course. Anytime, guys. I had a great time.
All right, awesome. Well, hey,
See you, man.
Yep, have a good one.
All right,
You too. Man, that's cool. I want to start doing this. Y'all let us know. Let us know down in the comments. What y'all thought about that. That was just kind of a last minute decision. It felt like he's done great in the organization for us, and
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about there with last week and this coming week and everything. So, if y'all want to come on the show and see our anglers come on, please let us know, and we'll definitely keep doing that. That was fun. I liked that.
I do want to show the
oh yeah, go ahead.
The jerseys real quick. So this is
yeah.
I don't know if you got to remember everything's backwards on the camera. So this is the the hooded long sleeve. Stinks right now because I just wore it up in Champlain and it was extremely hot. I just pulled out of my bag, so sorry it's all wrinkled. But you can see all the sponsors logos on the front. It's really thin. It breathes really well.
Nice.
The sleeves, they have the flag and the Bassmaster team championship on there. And then the other sleeve has your state flag and then the Bass team member. Then the back obviously will have your name and all the same logos. And again, you can get these customized. So if you have your own sponsors and whatnot, they can put them on there, whatever you want to put on there. Just put it on the order form. And then the long sleeve without the hood, I don't know if you can see it too well. It's a little different material.
Okay, yeah, you can kind of tell.
It breathes really well. It's still like very lightweight. I actually like this one because when it's windy, the wind actually cuts through it a little better and cools you down. It's almost like it's like a
kind of like the Huck style shirts.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that side thing they do there.
Yeah, exactly. How it breathes a little bit there. And the short sleeve is the same material as that long sleeve I just showed you.
Nice.
And again, you can customize any of these. It does
Yeah.
fit pretty loose too, just so you know. They're not like real tight fitting.
Size
so
up, size down, or nominal?
I don't
From
know.
your experience.
It's so hard with clothes because every brand of
Right.
shirt all fit different, right?
Exactly.
I'm an XL. This is an XL t-shirt on me right now. The jersey t-shirt is way more loose than this. Like it's
Gotcha.
nice because it breathes really good when it's loose. I don't
Right.
want something tight on me when it's hot out.
For
So
sure.
just keep that in
Especially you
mind
get all
when you,
sweaty and sticky and it's all
Yeah.
sticking to you. Yeah.
like I fully believe that I could buy a large and it would be comfortable. But the extra large is I just get it and I'm happy with it because it breathes so good.
Right.
But yeah, you can customize those however you want. So just keep that in mind when you order them.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. I like that design a lot better than that original one, that one company. Because we switched, right? It was a different company originally
Yeah, and
that you
then
were going through.
the so that red one that we were working on, we had another one. It was like it was red. The majority of it was red. Then it had like stars down the sleeves.
Right.
It was cool, but I don't know.
Look kind of like you were about to go ride a horse at the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a nice design. I wasn't a fan of the stars.
Yeah.
It
And I
made
just couldn't
sense.
figure out I feel like the red was too flashy.
Yeah, me too.
You
I like
know,
that nice subdued
it's
camo,
subtle.
just calm. Yeah, subtle. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was looking for. Not subdued. Yeah, nice, subtle, and it makes the logos pop real nice and everything.
I see this.
I don't
Josh,
know.
I'll ask them if they can send us some.
Yeah,
I'll see if we can get that maybe for nationals. We can have those, get those out. I'll see. I don't know if they'll give them to us. I'll find out for you though. Phil, yep, they should be. Like I said, they're all getting processed, so they should be coming in soon for you guys. Yeah, I just want to show you guys the jerseys.
yeah. What about the Crazy Hick Bait Co stuff?
Oh yeah. So Crazy Hick is coming out. He's actually coming out with some new baits. I'm not going to say what he's coming out with. I'm not sure if he wants me to say anything. This one is not released yet, but he sent me some of these here. So they're just small craws, like small. I really like the look of them. I've perfect jig trailer. I could even see putting it on like a Ned rig.
Yeah.
Would it fit on a shaky head, do you think? Maybe a small one?
It looks pretty small for a shaky head.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could. Was it like 3 inches?
Let's see on here. Yeah, probably about that.
Yeah, you could probably get it on a shaky head just fine. I mean, it's not like you're taking away the action. You just want that to stand up and look natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
And you guys, if you go on his website too, like I use Senkos a lot. You can order Senkos in a bulk pack for really short money.
Right.
So just keep that. He does a lot of his baits in bulk. So you can order, I don't know if you guys use a lot of drop shot stuff, but craws, anything like creature baits, all that stuff, you can order in bulk. So it's yeah.
And he's got really good prices. And
oh yeah,
he's got some really crazy looking stuff on there too.
Yeah.
And maybe that's normal for y'all, but for me down here, I'm like, but then again, I mean, that one Japanese guy was throwing a crab in an Elite Series event last year and catching them. So I don't know what they're supposed to eat anymore.
Have you guys ever looked on some of those like JDM websites, like some of those baits that I saw it's like a square cube with a bunch of tentacles
The
hanging
fuzzy
off.
dice.
Yeah,
Taku Itsu's been whacking them on it all year. It's crazy. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Doing that hover stroll and stuff at 19 live scope transducers. I ain't gonna get into that. We don't need to dive down that path like every other.
Can one episode?
Podcast. Yeah, we can. We'll get clicks for sure. I mean, that seems to be the hottest topic around fishing for the last year and a half. for sure.
Josh Morgan, he definitely. So Josh, he's one of our Louisiana anglers. He helps out a lot with the league. He networked at the Classic. He actually met the guy for this Jersey company.
Oh,
There was
gotcha.
there, yeah.
Nice. I didn't know he was there. I wish he would have reached out. I would have ran onto him.
Yeah. That's all Crazy Hick stuff.
Yeah, no. Didn't you have something new from Strike King too?
So I threw these up on Champlain. I went to Bass Pro and bought a couple different colors of them. This is the Bama Craw, and this is just their Senko, but it's their new one, the Zero Z2. So it's like their Elastec. These things work awesome. They it's nice because you know how when you throw a Senko, especially on a wacky rig, you burn through them.
Oh, so yeah.
Having the Elastec like that.
How's the weight to it though compared to a Senko?
They sink pretty good. It's not.
Yeah.
They don't sink as fast as a Senko does, but you know,
you can alter that with weights.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm too impatient to throw a weightless anyway, so it just gives me more of the reason to use a weight.
So I actually tied one of these on, and my knot sucked. I threw out, hooked into a bass, and instantly the knot came out. So it swam off. So I tied a new one on, and I just dropped it over the side of the boat, and like a 2-pound smallmouth came out from under my boat because I was power pulled down, and ate the thing, and I just pulled it up out of the water. It just ate it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah,
man, it's different up there.
There
ain't no fishing out near us.
That was on Champlain. That was I don't even
crazy.
know. I just put my power poles down when I hooked into that bass, and I don't know if the smallmouth was just following the boat or what, but it was. As soon as I tied it on and dropped it over the side, it started to sink for like 2 seconds.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So for all our members on here, we're gonna try it, Nick. We'll just do a couple and see how it goes.
Yeah.
I sent an email to all of the members, all the AFFL members registered this year, with a link to join us here live in studio. So we're gonna try this out. Please keep it professional. We do have kids watching and stuff, so we're going to do like a Q&A session. If y'all want to come in live and just chat for a few seconds, and then we'll go to the next guy. All you got to do is copy and paste that link into your browser, and it'll pull you over here. The only thing I ask is, if you've got a lot of background noise going on, just try to get away from that or quiet it down so it's not just a bunch of noise in the background. But if you're a member, it's in your inbox right now. Let me double check mine, just make sure it actually went through real quick. Let's see here. I don't even know what email I have associated to my membership, to be honest. Yep, it's through. I just sent it 2 minutes ago. So it's in there. Just click that link and it'll allow you to join real quick, and then we'll patch you in. Ask a question or just say, hey, what's up? And then we'll kick you out and go on to the next guy once another guy loads up. But while we're waiting on somebody to load in, make sure y'all, like, share, and comment. Hashtag the SITREP for your chance to win this week here. And yes, Josh, we do need to get him on. He's definitely one we got to schedule. I think next week's show is going to be pretty good. I've been talking with Bobby Edwards from For His Glory Outdoors. We're going to try to get a couple of boaters and maybe veterans from the Guardian Classic the last 2 years to come on and kind of tell their experiences in that event as a non-veteran boater, what it's like taking a veteran out and spending the day with them. And then as a veteran, kind of showing their appreciation for the boaters that signed up.
Do you have any updates on the Guardian Classic?
No, so nothing groundbreaking. I mean, make sure y'all get over to his Facebook. If you're interested in the giveaways and stuff, he's been posting everything over there. August 31st, Dreher Island on Lake Murray. Safe flight to 3 p.m. and then we're gonna have barbecue and everything. I had that in the notes to go over at the end, but we're waiting on somebody to join. We don't have anybody that's joined yet, so if y'all want to join up, if you're a member, check your email. It's right there in your email. What Gage said, if you're out of state and want to come, we welcome it. Gage, do you know about I know Bobby was working some deals for Airbnbs. Do you know about that? I know you've been working real close with him, but right now, as of today or yesterday, I think it was Bobby was texting me, we're short 10 boats. So as many boaters locally as we can get to come. Oh yeah, there you go. As many boaters as we can get to come help get these vets on the water, the better. For sure. Well, nobody's joining.
Yeah,
there
that's
you
the Crazy Hick. Yeah, I actually want to get on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's definitely on the list. We need to get him on to talk about his stuff. And I want to talk about the design concepts with him. Like,
Yeah.
because being from down here, right? When I look, some of the stuff just looks crazy to me. I'm sure there's a rhyme and a reason for it. I want to really hear and pick his brain on that.
It works.
Okay, they filled all the slots for lodging. That's fun. Yeah, but definitely reach out to us. I might have some connections up there on Murray as well for Airbnb stuff, or rentals. So
I would love to plan a year where we get a ton of people from our league to go.
To come down to the Guardian Classic and be boaters. That'd be awesome.
Like show up, people have jerseys or just like the league shirt or something on,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, but like I'll pull up the website. There was one thing that really got me. I'll pull it up and I'll show you why it seems crazy to me. And also your name is Crazy Hick, so it only makes sense.
I remember when you saw the sticker on my truck in South Carolina, like, dude, I need one of those.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Let's see. I'll pull it up real quick. Oh, we got somebody in here. Who is this? Oh, it's Josh Morgan. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. Sitting out here on beautiful Toledo Bend.
Oh, yeah?
I figured I'd be the first one to jump in since nobody else would.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's got to go first.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's got to break the ice.
What's going on?
No, not much. So you're talking about the cabin thing earlier. I think I've seen Brock. I mean, another Louisiana guy is looking for somebody. Maybe y'all can all link up down there with Louisiana and split something.
Yeah, that was what I was getting at with the whole thing that I posted earlier. I mean, mine's pretty well taken care of, but for the week it's going to cost about $1,500, and by the time it's a 10-11 hour drive for us. By the time you buy fuel and everything else and get up there and eat and stay for a week, it adds up quick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got guys around here talking about wanting to stay in tents and everything else, and if I'm sure there's guys from up there where you're at, Nick, and everywhere else that it's just a little pricey, especially the way the economy is and everything else right now.
Yeah, definitely ain't easy.
Yeah, well, if anybody is looking, get in touch with your director, and we'll start making a list, and then we can get you guys in touch with each other, or just post on the pages or whatever.
Right.
Anywhere you can post it on any of the pages if you're looking for.
Well, and right now with our director being gone for another little bit, he'll be home soon. I talked to him today. If anybody's got any, any questions or anything, just tell them to hit me up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm not filling in, but I pretty much know everything he knows other than things y'all talk about in private.
Yeah. No, you definitely
cool.
help out a lot. Yeah. Get in touch with anybody, and if don't be
Just reach
shy.
out. Yeah, I would hate for somebody to miss out on nationals. I think it's going to be a great event, and we're definitely looking forward to it. And I'd hate for somebody to miss out just because of the cost of lodging for the week or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Don't be shy to reach out to anybody.
Just
Even
like
from another state, it'd be awesome to get to know people. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
That's all about.
Yeah, I don't want to leave anybody standing on the bank when we go fish a tournament or anything else. I dang sure don't want somebody to miss out just because the cost of lodging.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know I plan on doing some cooking one night, and I know Brock had said something to me earlier today about doing some cooking one night, just to kind of help out with cutting down on everybody's cost.
Yeah.
Mhm. For
Absolutely.
sure. For sure.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to being there. I'm sitting here, I'm watching two guys fish right here on. I don't know what's out there, but it must be a brush pile or something. But there's been about 10 boats since I've been sitting over here at my partner's place, and they've all pulled up on this same spot. I've never fished right there.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, now you got a new spot to check out.
Yeah, I got. Well, the thing about it, where I live at, it's probably as big as Toledo Bend is. It's probably a 25-minute run by lake down here to where they're fishing at.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean Toledo Bend's huge. It's like 262,000 acres.
Right.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, y'all need to come. We need to have nationals down here.
Right in your backyard.
Yeah, I mean we wouldn't do any
Looking
better
busy.
than y'all go do. I promise you. We're not gonna do any better than y'all.
I hear you.
They had another night tournament last night, and it only took 17 to win it. And they said the thermocline right now is at 8 foot. So
wow.
they're expecting the lake to flip they're probably this week because we're not forecasted for any rain for the next week or so.
What's the water temp?
Mid 90s. You gotta at night. You gotta wait till around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning to get it down below down into the 80s.
That's crazy.
Wild.
Like last night, we went. Me and my partner, we went to a birthday party last night for my stepkids, and we got back home right at 10 o'clock, and I was like, "Hey, man, we still got time to go jump in this derby and win this thing." The water's just now getting cool enough to where you can go fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
We ain't
that's
even
cool.
missed nothing. So yeah, it's something else. I mean, I'll turn the phone around, y'all kind of see what I'm looking at.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not wide. Toledo Bend is not wide. It's just very long.
Right.
Very long. I mean, on the other side of the lake, if you saw those trees on the other side, that's Texas over there. And the Sabine River runs right through the middle of the lake. So yeah, it's a fun place to fish, but it'll definitely humble you. Kind of like some of the places y'all talk about a lot. It'll humble you real quick.
Oh yeah.
I cut my teeth on this lake, and there's days that I tell people all the time I absolutely hate Toledo Bend. You take me somewhere else. That's why we're ready to come up there to Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Get a break.
We're coming for it. I know Gage has been talking a lot, but we're coming for it.
Good deal.
And the team championships in our backyard too. We're from here to where the team championship's only about 2 hours from us.
Have you ever fished that place?
No, I have not. It's just a river that comes out of Arkansas. It's supposed to be a pretty decent supposed to be a pretty decent place. Don't
It,
know a whole lot about it. I mean, it's just another river system.
it looks like a very much local advantage kind of place. There's so many little oxbows and bayous and stuff. I mean,
It looks
looks
like a Keith Poche type place.
oh for sure, and
You better have the
um,
Warren winch on the front of your boat and be ready to winch into some backwater if
I
you're going
mean
to plan on running it.
it looks like that's all it is. You got main river channel and backwaters, and
Yeah.
I don't know how it is
I
down
haven't
there,
been able
but
to fish. I mean, I've been without a boat for a couple weeks now. That's why I was posting about earlier. I thought I had a problem with my drain plug, and ended up come to find out I had about a foot long hole in the bottom of my boat.
oh wow,
So it's in the fiberglass shop right now. I'm supposed to get it back Tuesday, and so we're gonna go. We're ready to go. We're itching to go get on some water and go play around.
good
Get ready
deal.
to come up there to Tennessee and show them what these Louisiana boys got.
I'm
Heck
putting
yeah.
a big New Hampshire flag right outside my room.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Have to
I'll make
fire
sure a room
flags.
right next to you.
That's
Huh?
awesome.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, I know we talk a lot of crap, and everybody does, but I mean, we can't wait to get to Tennessee. That's what we were sitting over here doing a while ago while we were listening to the podcast, was planning out our menu for the week, and
Yep.
what we're going to do, and how we were going to pack, and what we were bringing, and everything else. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It'll be a good time.
fun. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
But
can't
yeah,
wait.
for
Tension heating up right now. I can feel it. People are starting to
oh
comment.
yeah, everybody
Oh,
better
yeah.
bring them wads $100 bills because we coming to take them.
I
Hey,
hear you.
and another quick question I've had somebody ask me, have we decided, is there going to be an entry fee, or is that going to be taken care of, or what are we looking
Yeah,
at?
we're gonna do the no entry fee on that. So no
Okay.
entry fee for nationals.
Good
I like
deal.
that. It definitely
Payouts.
helps
Yeah.
with lodging.
Working
Yeah.
on a certain amount for payouts right now, which I'm not going to disclose until we get the final word on it. But yeah, no entry fee. So
No, that's fine. I mean, that just kind of clears everything up, as far as money and everything.
yeah,
That's a couple $100 that you ain't got to worry about.
yeah,
For sure.
definitely.
All
For
right,
sure.
guys. Well, I'm gonna hop off here. Maybe somebody else will jump on here.
Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
good seeing you.
All right.
Appreciate
Talk
you.
to you later.
All right.
Yeah,
Man.
I like it, dude. I like the the competition starting to heat up a little bit. I can see
Yeah.
people commenting a little more. I am. I'm gonna put a nice
for
New
sure.
Hampshire flag right out there for everybody to look at. People are gonna try and steal like a guidon or something, but
I'm gonna bring a Kentucky flag. That way, there's no. I mean, I'll be the only Kentucky one in the race. I was gonna show. I don't know if Jason is still on. Talking about they're not crazy. That is crazy to me.
oh, so you take that and so that's for his Ned rig. So you slide it on the Ned rig to give it like a little skirt.
What?
Because his Ned rigs are they're called the floating bum.
Oh, I'm tracking. That went over my head. I got you. Okay, so it's like
a drop
no.
shot
I
bait?
just well, so all the thing about the fuzzy dice and the JDM level stuff, like
Yeah.
they're just floating that out by itself on a drop shot hook by no weight or nothing. The Japanese guys, I thought I was like one of those things. Okay, that
He's
makes
still here. He's laughing. He's still here.
that makes a million times more sense. So yeah, you just got to break it down for a dumb Southern guy every once in a while. Oh, New Hampshire's going to bring it. Yep, here we go. It's coming.
Him and his partner, they're good, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I feel like we all got good competition. I'm really excited to see how it is. I like that it's a real good neutral zone that everybody can kind of find something to relate to on Chickamauga. And
I remember when we were looking, that's what we were trying to find. We didn't want to pick a lake where
Right.
one state had an overwhelming advantage.
For sure. Yeah, I'm definitely excited about it. Well, nobody else has jumped in, so if y'all want to, come on real quick. If not, we're probably fixing to close it out unless you got something else to hit, Nick.
No, I don't. I actually did want to tell you something. I
Oh yeah.
caught my first fish on a glide bait. I was so proud of myself.
What? Nice.
I just got a setup and I was like on Champlain. I'm like, I gotta throw this thing. Let's try it out.
Right. Is
Yeah,
it a
it's
good one?
4.5 pounder.
Nice.
Yeah.
What glide were you throwing? Old Chad?
No, I just got the. I haven't gone crazy on them yet because I wasn't sure if I was gonna get too far into it, but I got a. It's just a Storm Arashi.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Look up Amma has one called a Glide Fluke. Look those up.
I'll write that down.
They're cheap, and what you can do is you can take a rotary file like a Dremel and grind the first half down. I'll bring it on next time. I've got a couple of them, and you grind like I don't have anything to show, but you grind it. So you know how like a Chad has a flat back on the front part? You grind that front half down and it allows you to chop it. And it kind of glides,
Yeah.
But when you cut that down and make it flush on the back, I mean it'll, you know how like smallmouth don't like things to look at them?
Oh yeah.
Chop. If you do it hard enough, it will actually 180.
That's what the Storm one does. That right out of the box, dude. I was just doing that, like chopping, like that, and once in a while I just give it one quick one, and it would just turn right around.
Yeah, and look at them. Yep.
Yeah.
They don't like that.
Yeah.
They don't like that move. They get mad.
I thought it was a pike at first because the first time I cast it out, it like bumped it. And I know pike like to like kind of toy with stuff before they eat it, and then I cast it out again. I was like, we'll find out what it is. And it just smoked the thing.
Good.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to catch one of them 10s on it. Like so bad. I haven't caught any big fish on it, but maybe one day. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but it's fun. I do like it's addicting.
It is. I couldn't put it down after.
Yeah. Me and Bobby almost messed up at the Classic. We come across a booth and it was one of the Chad guys that does the custom paint jobs for him, and they're like 350, 370 or something. We were both sitting there like, took us like 20 minutes to decide not to buy it. It shouldn't be that way. Yeah. With how expensive those things are.
Dude, some of the prices on those things are like, I just can't imagine losing that.
I'm swimming.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna get it. I'm not losing it. For that kind of money. But well, good deal, man. You got anything else you want to talk about Champlain?
No, I mean I love that lake. I don't want to talk about tournament day. This has been my worst year ever. I don't want to talk about tournament day, but the practice was fun. I caught some nice smallmouth. Had a 3.5 smallie. Caught that 4.5 on the glide, largemouth. Honestly, it was just a good trip because when you travel for these tournaments and stuff, it was nice to have my family there on this one. Like we got a cabin right on the lake. There's a beach for the kids, and it's just an awesome setup. So it's nice having them with you.
Right.
I actually enjoyed that more than the tournament this time. But it was a good time. It was hot. I mean, it was high 80s, high humidity. And the part that made it really hot, I know you guys down south are like, that's not hot, but what really was hot was when you get back to the cabin with no AC. After being out on the water all day, sweating, getting a sunburn, you go back and you just want to cool off and you can't. that was brutal.
It definitely sucks. You got to have, something to get away from it. Why didn't you go swimming? It's a good time, man.
I did go swimming.
Oh, I was about saying.
As soon as you get out of the water, you're sweating again. So
yeah, for sure.
But that lake is just phenomenal. It's like 120 I think it's 120 miles long or whatever, and it's just massive.
Yeah. Did you go down to Ticonderoga?
No, that's way too far from where I was.
Yeah.
That's not my style of fishing. You would like that. That's stained water.
Yeah.
You know,
That's my deal.
reeds, grass. Like, no way.
Yeah. That's where I would go if I went to Champlain. I mean, I would not. I wouldn't boat down there. I would drive it down there.
Oh, that's a long. I mean, you're talking. I don't know, probably an hour run to get down there.
Right. I'm curious to see if the elites are going to go there this coming weekend. See if anybody. I know, like, I was just listening to them. They just had a Toyota series up there, and I don't know if they. I don't think anybody really did good out of Ticonderoga, or if anybody even went down there. But I think Live Scope has changed it a lot, right? Back in the day, they used to go down there for the southern guys would go down there for the largemouth, and the northern guys would fish the smallies. But now that everybody knows how to use Live Scope and can find the smallies a little easier,
I mean, you can still find that stuff, like that video I sent you in that
yeah,
area.
for sure.
That's the north end of the lake.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, you can go
okay.
to Missisquoi Bay, which is like way up top, and that's all grass, and that's you love it up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know y'all had big pad fields like that until you showed me that video. I was like, dang, that looks like down here. Oh, I imagine. Was it windy up there?
It got a little choppy a couple days. So when you get
you sent me the video. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple of times, probably like 3-4 foot rollers, which isn't crazy, but it's enough to slow you down.
Right. Yeah.
Especially when you're going across the lake, because when you get it was a south wind, so that wind's coming up 100-something miles, having that momentum to build.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
It's gnarly quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a phenomenal lake. Hopefully someday we can do a national event up there once we grow and payouts increase and for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, for sure. Well, everybody, this is y'all's last chance to get into the giveaway. Make sure y'all like, sharing, and comment hashtag the SITREP to get in on that. Do you got anything else, Nick, that you want to hit on real quick? Well, cool. Well, we'll definitely, give a good shout out to our sponsors. Thank you. I know Jason's on here from Crazy Hick. Thank you. And we definitely got to get him scheduled and lined up to be on here. Thanks to Tactical Fishing. I mean, you guys have all been awesome with us. If y'all didn't get a chance to go to watch the Southern Fusion Barbecue episode last week, go back and watch that. I think that was a pretty awesome episode. We really dove in deep with him, and it was a lot of fun. But big thanks to Strike King Luz and YOLO Tech for coming on board with us this year. I mean, those first 3 are our originals, and now we got these 3, and hopefully we'll have them all for a while. Built good relationships with all of them so far, and more appreciative for all of them than we could even put into words, as you could tell as I sat there and stumbled over them. But there was something else I was gonna do, and I don't remember what it was that I was going to do. Oh, the upcoming events. Make sure y'all are getting up there to that New Hampshire. All you New Hampshire guys, get up there to that final qualifier on Highland Lake this coming up weekend. And then all my South Carolina guys, make sure y'all are coming down to the Cooper River for our final summer open. I think it's going to be good. Like Nathan and I were talking about earlier, if this weather gets that water moving through the system pretty good, it should be a fun derby. As long as we hit the tides right. From what I understand, I looked at the tides. I think they're looking good, if I remember correct. Like, it's going to be a really fun derby to where the thing that sucks about tidal fisheries, Nick, is if your tides are out of whack, you only have like one part of the derby that's good. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, this is kind of lining up to where we'll catch the tide going out first thing, or we'll catch the tide coming in first thing, and then it will start rolling. If I remember right, I got to look at it again, but should be a good tide. And the fishing should be good. And then 31 August, the Guardian Classic for His Glory Outdoors. Make sure y'all are checking him out, watching his videos, and helping share his stuff. If you can't make it, at least share it. See if we can get some more word out there to where we can get some boaters to get these guys out on the water. We're still a little behind on the boater category. And if y'all don't know where to find him, it's just For His Glory Outdoors on Facebook. And that was our second episode of this podcast. So if you didn't watch that, go back and tune in on that and get his story as well. And what that's all about. But speaking of which, that's next week's episode as well. We're going to try to get some of the boaters and veterans in that have participated in that event. So we can kind of show you guys, what that event is truly about and get some perspective from guys that have fished it and been involved. But that's about it. I don't have anything else. Nick, you want to do the giveaway and then get them out of here?
Let's do it.
All right. We only got 13 entries. Are y'all sure y'all did it? I'm going to pull it up and share it real quick. If y'all can get it in quicker than I can click draw, then you're in. And just so everybody's tracking, I meant to bring this up earlier. I said about the monthly things so that we're not shipping the same package to everybody. If somebody draws 3 weeks in a row, that resets this week. So anybody can do what?
I'm going to write it down so we don't forget.
Oh, I've been putting it in the notes.
Okay.
But yeah, for sure. That works too. So this week it resets. So if you win this week, you won't be able to win until September. But yeah, so let's go ahead and switch over and we'll draw it real quick. All righty. Josh Morgan. Oh, look at that. Crazy how that worked out, huh?
Yeah.
With him being the only one to jump on. Congrats, Josh. We'll get that shipped out to you here shortly. And barbecue sauce, Southern Fusion, a hat, and a neck gator. I don't know why I always stumble over neck gator. I can never remember what it's called for some reason. But yeah, Nick, I don't have anything else. You got anything to throw up there before we roll out?
No, I'm good.
And even the not anglers, people just watching just to stay in tune with us. We appreciate every single one of you. Peace. We'll see you. It's not just tournament. It's a brotherhood.